Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, buy sale. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-Wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trick, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them gain big profits while I'm still in my same big profit. They used to watch me move them packets. Stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Big profit. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing, dog? Big profit. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Big profit. That TTG money gang, we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Wow, what a day. Craziness in the markets. My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I began my trading career over 17 years ago working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. My first job right out of college. While there, they made me go through an educational training program before I was able to touch $1 of the fund's money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. Along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders from all over the world reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries. Truly a global community here at True Trading Group. Now, for those of you that don't know, True Trading Group is the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university and professional level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We also cover all styles of trading, day trading and swing trading. We even do some long-term investing. There's something for everybody inside True Trading Group. Basically, at TTD, we take that university level curriculum and we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000 a year on their own. These tools give you more information, help you make better decisions, increase your chances of success. Unfortunately, most retail traders don't use them. Why, might you ask? Because they're expensive. $5-6 grand a year for tools. Most people aren't willing to shell out that kind of cash for tools. But I think you need them. I know you need them. I know they give you an edge. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies so we can put their tools and products on our platform at no additional cost to you. So you don't have to pay that $5,000-6,000 a year. It's included when you guys join True Trading Group. These are tools like Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, congressional trading data to track trades by Congress, insider trading, track trades by management, a simulator from ET&A, lets you practice trading with fake money but real-time data. It's actually the same simulator that's used at Cal State University Fulton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. You get TradingView's premium charting software with real-time tick-for-tick data from our partners at Quote Media, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data. All of this is included when you guys join TTG, as well as the trade idea scanners on our platform. Honestly, so much more. Yes, you get our courses. Yes, you get our trade alerts, but you also get all of these things that I'm discussing here now because we set you up with everything that you need to have the very best chance of becoming successful for one affordable price for the entire year. You also get access to all of our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you're ever going to find. Not to mention all the real-time trade alerts and the moderators and myself that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst us as a group of just around 80% on all of our executions going on the last now 3 years. And for those of you that have busy schedules and full-time jobs, all the tools, the resources, the alerts, everything is accessible on our mobile apps. They're designed to help you stay connected no matter how busy you are or what you're doing. As long as you have a cell phone or a tablet, if you can listen to music during the day, then you can listen into the analysis and receive the real-time push notifications when our moderators enter and exit their trades. So if you're ready to learn trading profit for real, you folks have all come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here where myself and other TTG Pro trading mods and special guests drop gold and nuggets and give you free lessons, education, trade ideas that can help you become better traders. So if you have not yet done And we're back. So if you have not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, guys. Make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. Okay, we got to talk about today. Today was a big day. In case you guys didn't realize, or in case you didn't know, today was the Fed meeting. It was a very important, influential day in the markets. And wow is really all I have to say about today. Normally I come on here on these live streams. Normally I review the day, right? I talk about what I expect to happen tomorrow, positions I'm in, trades I'm looking at, talk about trades that we've made and everything else. But I got to tell you, I'm going to be real here tonight. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty honest. I'm very open, right? I'm very open and I'm very, forthcoming with all of my opinions on here. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I don't just come on these live streams and tell you what happened yesterday or what happened today. I tell you what I think is going to happen tomorrow and next week and next month and how I plan on making money. And I'm not always right with my opinions, but I'm definitely right a hell of a lot more than I am wrong. But I got to tell you, I don't know if you guys were watching the same press conference that I watched today from Jerome Powell, but I do not believe a word that came out of this guy's mouth. Not one. We saw a Jerome Powell today that was stammering through the press conference. He looked unprepared. Flat out, he looked unprepared. I've never seen him once since his tenure as chairman of the Federal Reserve go up to the podium with an iPad. He had an iPad. I've never once seen that from him ever. That is the first time we've ever seen that. He was stammering through. He was stuttering. He looked unorganized and he looked unprepared. Maybe even one would say he looked a little nervous. I don't know about you guys, but I know that at times, like when I've lied, I know you all have lied. You all know, like when you lie about something, like what happens when you lie? You get nervous, right? Because you're unprepared. You're making something up. So it's hard to remember a lie because it's a lie, right? It's not the actual truth. You got to remember what it was. Now, tonight I'm going to get into why I think this is a lie, but ultimately why I'm also not too worried about what happened today either way. And why? Because I'm insulated. And why other people, mainly members of True Trading Group, are insulated. They're insulated to this lie. We got to welcome our friends from the Stockmaster app. Guys, listen up. Everyone that's joining us from the Stockmaster app, Jerome Powell flat out lied today. He lied today in his press conference. So everyone that's joining us from the Stockmaster app, welcome. I'm going to be getting into here in a little while, in a couple minutes, why I think Jerome Powell is lying and what it all means. And why, honestly, it really doesn't matter to me either way, but why I believe that a lot of the things that he said today was complete BS. So welcome everyone that's joining us from the Stockmaster app. Now, I think that this might be something serious here. Now, I got pretty decent gauge for BS. I do. And I'm telling you, he looked nervous. He looked unprepared. He was asking the press to repeat their question multiple times, like as if he wasn't prepared for the question that was asked. I just don't believe what he was saying. I believe what we saw today is somebody that was forced to do something, or knew that they had to say something in order to finish the job. That's what I think you saw today. Someone that knew they had to do something. They had to say something in order to get the job done. Because I feel that he knows that right now, with where we sit, it's first and goal. The chances of a soft landing today versus 6, 8, 12 months ago is significantly higher. So the chance, if you look back and you went back to January and said, what are the odds of a soft landing? They were low, maybe 20 to 30%. Okay. The odds of a soft landing, now, if you were to factor in just from today, whether or not you believe there's a soft landing coming or not, or a recession, is irrelevant. The odds of a soft landing, the probability of a soft landing today is significantly higher than it was a year ago. That is undeniable. That's actually fact. It's not opinion-based. That's actually fact when you factor in probability of outcome from recession versus soft landing. Okay. So I think he knows this. He knows that we are first and goal, and Jerome Powell does not want to fumble the ball on the goal line. So, and me telling you this is not just strictly my opinion. I'm not just telling you, oh, I just kind of feel like he's lying or I think he's lying. There's math that backs up that what he said is a lie. There's math, actual math that backs this up. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to explain all that to you guys here this evening. But I'm also going to go over why I felt a sense of frustration hearing him say it today, but I also felt a sense of relief and also a little bit of a sense of pride too, honestly. The relief was that I know that no matter what is going to take place, I know that I have a skill that allows me to make money in any market condition. And that provides me with a sense of relief. Case in point, I learned how to become a successful trader during the 2008 global financial crisis and Great Recession. That's when I received one of the Trader of the Year awards from the fund in New York City. Whatever would happen here is going to be nothing like what happened in 2008, right? Nothing at all. They're not even remotely close to being similar. Therefore, I know that because of my ability, I'm going to be able to be just fine. And I know the vast majority of TG members signed up during COVID when they were ordered to stay home or they lost their jobs or they were forced to change careers. And a lot of them got into trading. So I know that a lot of my members also aren't worried either about what is going to transpire over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. Because the whole concept of losing their job and having to do something else, they've already gone through all that. But this isn't that. This isn't 8, 9, 10% unemployment. Unemployment is 3.8% right now. And even if you have a recession, you're probably seeing unemployment at 4.5 to 5%, which historically is right in line with the average. The average unemployment rate over the last 20 years is actually 5%. 5 to 5.1% is the average unemployment rate over the last 20 years. So we're at 3.8. You go up, you have a mild recession, and we might go to like 4.6, 4.7, 5 maybe, but you're just going back to the 20-year average. So in reality, it's really even not that terrible, right? You're not talking about a 9 or 10% situation like you had in 08, 09. So this isn't that. And whether we have a mild recession, because I do believe if we do have a recession next year, I do believe that it will be a mild one, okay? Whether we have a mild recession or we have a soft landing, I don't think that it really matters. And that's really the sense of pride that I have, that it really doesn't matter. And at TTG, we have helped people have that same sense of security, regardless of what happens in the markets or regardless of what happens in the labor market. That brings me great pride. And there's people in your trading group that are making money and that are becoming better traders. It's not just me that's sitting here telling you that I'm making money. It's not just myself, it's members. And I'll prove that to you. I'll show it to you. Members of your trading group, do me a favor right now. Type the number 1 in chat if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders. Just type the number 1. So if you're a member, you're making money, you're becoming better traders, type the number 1 in chat right now. Now, the people that are on this live stream, as I know there are many, that are not members, you're not familiar, maybe you don't know me, maybe you don't know the group or the platform, just pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1, because these people, these aren't bots, these are real people. These are your peers. These are your friends, your family members, your coworkers. We've got over 10,000 members in 115 different countries. And all of these people that you're seeing type the number 1, they've all had the same excuses that you've given yourself. They've all had every excuse that you have put in front of yourself today why you can't do this. They've had small accounts. They have full-time jobs. They've lost money in the market before. They had no experience. They were scammed by some group. But yet, here they are now telling you they're making money. They're becoming better traders. So it's not just me. It's not just the other professional traders that are mods at your trading group that are finding success. It's members. And that's how we have built this company over the last several years, is on the back of members' success, not moderators' success, member success. Because you don't join your trading group to watch moderators make money. You join so that you can make money. So if we make money and you don't, that does not accomplish the goal. That's not the mission. The mission is to help you make money and help give retail traders a real fighting chance and help empower the retail trader. That is exactly what we do. That is our job, and we're damn good at it. Now, I want to get into why I think that Jerome Powell lied. There is one specific piece of information today that the markets hated. The piece of information today that the markets hated was Jerome Powell saying the average Fed funds rate for 2024 is expected to be 5.1%. Now, at the last Fed meeting, their average Fed funds rate expectation for next year was 4.6. That piece of information, the markets hated. That's the part that I think is a complete and total lie. Total lie. And there's math that backs that up. Right now, the Fed funds rate is 5.25 to 5.5. Okay? 5.25 to 5.5. So if the average rate for next year was expected to be 4.6, that means you're going to have rate cuts next year to bring the rate back down to 4.6. They've moved that expectation to 5.1. They also kept their expectation this year of 5.6. So last Fed meeting, when they paused, they raised their target rate for this year to 5.6, which told the market there's one more rate hike to go. Because we're not at 5.6. We're 5.25 to 5.5. So one more 25 basis point hike bumps the Fed funds rate to 5.5 to 5.75, which is that's your 5.6 target. Right? So I want to make sure that you guys understand this. Okay? The average rate this year, last Fed meeting, they bumped it to 5.6. The expectation for next year's rate was 4.6. What has changed is now the Fed is saying we still think this year's rate is 5.6, which means they have one more rate hike to go, and you will probably get it at the November Fed meeting. But what they changed was the 4.6 expectation for next year. That they're now saying is going to be 5.1. That is a 50 basis point jump in your expected Fed funds rate for next year versus this year. Bullshit. I don't buy it for a second. Let me explain to you why. The math doesn't make sense. Okay? The math does not make sense. A restrictive rate policy, okay? When monetary policy is restrictive, it means the Fed funds rate is higher than the rate of inflation, right? GDP, Fed funds rate right now, it's higher than GDP and it's higher than inflation, right? It's supposed to be higher than GDP. But when it's higher than inflation, that is a restrictive policy. So if right now the Fed funds rate is 5.25 to 5.5 and inflation is, let's say, between 3 and 4%, you have restrictive policy by 1.5% above the inflation rate, right? Use core inflation. Let's say core inflation, is at 4%. So if rates right now are 5.5, that's 1.5% above the spread between the Fed rate and inflation. Cool. That's restrictive. Now, next year, you're telling me, Jerome Powell, that you expect inflation to continue to go down. Now, let's say inflation is 3% core, but the Fed funds rate is still going to be 5.1. That is 2% restrictive. So you're telling me, Jerome Powell, that you are going to have monetary policy that is more restrictive next year than it is this year. Not a chance in hell. No way. I don't buy it for a second. No. The economy And you told me, Jerome Powell, that doesn't make sense because in the press conference today, you told me you still expect inflation to continue to go down next year. Okay. You also told me that you think GDP is going to be less next year than this year. You think this year it's 2.1, next year it's 1.6. So that means the economy is going to slow from this year to next year. So if the economy is going to slow, why do you need to be more restrictive with your monetary policy next year with a slower economy than this year? It doesn't make sense. Not buying it for a second. It's a lie. You come back and you talk to me on December 31st of 2024. I promise you, Fed funds rate is not 5.1%. It's not. So why did he say it? Why did he say it? He said it because he knows that the market knows the Fed is basically done. And he saw the inflation data over the last 2 months. Oil prices are on the rise. You have the auto workers strike, which is an inflationary issue. You've got oil prices moving higher, which is inflationary. Food prices have started to climb higher again as well. And because of that, for the last 2 months, inflation headline has actually ticked higher. And that's not something that Jerome Powell obviously wants to see. The last thing he wanted to have happen today was he comes out and pauses interest rates, which is dovish, which is bullish, which is what the market wants, which is what the market priced in. But he didn't want to give the markets the green light. Because if he gave the markets the green light, stocks explode, yields drop, financial conditions ease, mortgage rates go down, auto loan rates go down, and economic activity increases, and that has the possibility of pushing inflation in the wrong direction. So when he came out today and was like, we're so close, but these other areas of inflation are starting to tick higher, we're going to pause rates because we're basically done. Even if they give one more 25 basis point hike in November, they're done. Even if they raise in November, they're done in November. Whether it's another 25 basis point hike or not is totally irrelevant, right? Whether the rate is 5.5 or 5.75, it's essentially the same thing because they're done even if they raise in November anyway. So he had to come out and say, we're pausing, but I got to give the market something that they're not going to like so that financial conditions remain tight. He needs financial conditions to remain tight. He needs mortgage rates at 7%. He needs auto loans at 9, 10, 11%. He needs credit card interest rates at 20%. So people stop spending crazy amounts of money like they have in 2021 and 2022 and 2023. He needs that in order to help get the job done. So he lied. For the greater good, he lied. And the markets hated it. Hated it. I love it. You want to know why I love it? Because it provided for tremendous trading opportunities, tremendous volatility. It was another big day in chat today. We were on the short side of the action in the afternoon. You guys can see in the markets right now, there's your sell-off when Jerome, there it is, bang. And what do you mean 5.1%? There's the sell-off. There's the reaction, and we were all over this move. SPY puts, Netflix puts, short some of the IPOs. We were all over this move in the afternoon session, and we nailed it. It was a big trade. It was a big day on multiple trades for us inside True Trading Group, and the market is continuing lower right now as we speak. Futures are down another quarter point. The NASDAQ is down another 0.4 of a point, so the sell-off is continuing. Job accomplished for Jerome Powell. He paused without letting the markets think that they've got the green light. Because if Jerome Powell tells you an interest rates are going to be 5.1%, then that's going to keep yields high. It's going to put pressure on equity prices, and pressure on equity prices means volatility for us as traders. And volatility for us as traders means nothing other than opportunity. Volatility is bigger moves in shorter periods of time. I don't know about you. I'm not that patient of a person. I like to make money. I like to make money quickly. And the volatility allows for us to do exactly that. Bring it on, Jerome Powell. Bring on higher rates. I need lower prices for my long-term portfolio, right? I have some money on the sidelines for this moment, for this instance, right? Bring it on. Bring on a market pullback. Give it to me. I want it. I want it so badly in my bones. I want this market to drop. And I want the market to drop. Listen, I bought a ton of stuff in my long-term portfolio last year. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you'll know that every time I added in my long-term portfolio last year, I was very public about it. I came on the live stream. I told everybody, guys, I added today. These are the stocks that I've added to. Members have killed it. My teaching members, if you guys have been killing it in the long-term portfolio with the ads from last year, sound off in chat. Some of them like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, AMD, just Snowflake, just to name a couple of them. We've been absolutely killing it with the long-term portfolio. So you guys can sound off in chat, all the cybersecurity names, Palo Alto, and all the likes of those. You guys sound off in chat. You guys are killing long-term portfolio. So I'm very, very happy with all the stuff that I bought last year, but I didn't get 100% of my cash in last year. I got a big chunk of it, but I still have some on the sideline. So Mr. Jerome Powell, lie all you want, little man. Lie all you want. Lie right through your teeth. Do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do to keep this market volatile. Do whatever you need to do to keep financial conditions tight. Stock prices come down so I can just get better prices in my long-term portfolio. This is not going to be 2008, no matter what people say on social media. I love these people that are I still see people that are like standing on top of the rooftop and they're screaming, the world is going to end soon. It's like, bro, stop. You had your moment. You said the world was going to end last year. It didn't. Cut it out. Stop. Unemployment's at 3.8%. If we have a recession, I think it's going to be a mild recession. And listen, I'll tell you right now, I still think a recession is possible. I'm not sitting here saying like soft landing 100%. I still think a recession is possible, but I think it's going to be a mild recession. I've been saying that for quite some time. I thought we would have saw it this year. We haven't, not even close. We haven't even seen anything close to a recession this year. And GDP is actually over 2%. Unemployment's 3.8%. My friends, that's nowhere near recession, right? So we're not even close to recession, right? You're worried about your job? Okay, then learn to stand on your own 2 feet while we're at 3.8%. Think about it like that. Let's say you believe there's this black swan event that's coming down the road that's going to cause a depression. The stock market's going to go down 80%. Unemployment's going to go to 20%. Everyone's going to be standing on bread lines and going to soup kitchens. If that's what you believe, let's play that scenario out for a second. Let's play the hypothetical, right? Let's say you think that's going to be the case. Let's say you think that's going to happen. Then why don't you learn to do something about it now while you still have a job? So that if you're right, let's say I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. Let's say I'm wrong and you're right, and you do lose your job. Wouldn't it be nice to have a skill that allows you to actually still put food on the table and pay your bills and pay your mortgage and your rent and your car? Because that's exactly what members of True Trading Group did during COVID, members that lost their job. They learned how to supplement their income. They learned how to keep food on the table. They learned how to pay their bills. Don't join True Trading Group because you want to buy a Lamborghini, you want to fly on a private jet, and you want to buy a 100-foot yacht. Join True Trading Group so you don't have to give a damn about how much it costs to fill up your gas tank. I want to open this up for a little Q&A, right? Some of the things that I said, maybe be a little controversial. But I'm telling you, this is my honest opinion about what transpired today. It is. It is my honest opinion about what happened today. Okay? I could, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? I could be wrong. I don't think I am. Just forget about the words, forget about emotions, just do the math. Why would policy be more restrictive next year than it is this year? That doesn't make sense. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open things up to a Q&A. I'm going to let you guys ask me questions. Go ahead and start typing your questions in chat right now. Okay, type your questions in chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a silly question. Asking questions is how you learn. So go ahead right now, guys. Type your questions in chat. We got Joe and Adam behind the scenes right now. They'll grab the question, they'll throw it on the screen for me, and then I'll gladly go ahead and answer any questions that you guys have for me. So let's go ahead, start typing your questions in chat, and let's go ahead and begin a nice little Q&A. Why do you think the press didn't ask him these direct questions? Because they have way more respect for him than that. The press on national television is not going to say, Jerome Powell, you're a liar. They're not going to do that, because if that's the case, then that reporter is not going to be invited back to the next press conference. They're not going to go up there and say, Jerome Powell, are you really actually telling us the truth? Because they can't say that. I can say that because I'm a guy on YouTube right now. I can say whatever the hell that I want. But when they're in that press conference room, if they disrespect Jerome Powell like that, they're not going to come back to the next one. And they're probably going to lose their job for it. So they'll ask him questions about the 5.1%, which they did. Reporters asked him those questions, but they didn't insinuate that he's lying. Okay, Steve Leisman, senior economics reporter for CNBC, who's been a guest on our live stream many times over the last several years. Maybe we can try to see if we can get Steve back on the live stream at some point to kind of have a conversation about this and what he thinks, because he kind of even insinuated it just a little bit, not when he asked Jerome Powell the question, but later on when he was talking about his analysis and going through his coverage of the situation. He kind of insinuated something a little bit to what I was saying too. He kind of thought about it. It kind of seemed like he didn't really believe him, because he said the same. He goes, well, that means monetary policy is going to be more restrictive next year than this year. Exactly. That doesn't make sense. That's why I don't think they asked him like the question directly like that. They can't insult him like that in front of everybody on national television. Next question. Mike, you always talk about weak stocks, strong stocks compared to others to find good trading opportunities. What is the best way to find these stocks? Okay. I thought you guys were going to ask me questions about kind of the Jerome Powell situation, but it's a general trading question. You know, it's funny. I'm doing an accelerator program with a few hundred of our members actually right now. And we just had one of our class sessions last night. And we actually talked about relative strength and relative weakness, and how do you find good trading opportunities based on relative strength and relative weakness. You have to have an understanding of overall market sentiment, and you have to have an understanding of major support and resistance levels, because the way that relative weakness and relative strength trading opportunities work is that you've identified when there's a clear overflow of direction in the market that is not being seen in an individual stock that has a high correlation to the market. What you don't want to have happen is you don't want to be trading be using relative strength and relative weakness for a stock that has no correlation to an index, right? So if you're looking at the S&P, you're looking at the NASDAQ or the Dow, whatever it is, you want to make sure that the stock that you are looking at is actually part of that index and has a correlation to that index. Because if there's an overflow of selling for the S&P 500 and Microsoft, which is the second biggest company in the S&P 500, if the market is selling off and Microsoft is holding steady, that is a sign of relative strength in Microsoft compared to the overall index itself that it trades within. So then when the S&P 500 gets to a major support level, and you have to be a good enough trader to identify that level, I'll teach you guys how to do that, how to identify major support and resistance levels. And it's actually the lesson that we're covering next is actually telling the difference between major support levels and minor support levels actually in my accelerator program. So learning how to identify those major levels, when the market gets to that support level, you anticipate the market to bounce. And if you anticipate the market to bounce on that level, then you would anticipate Microsoft, that's been relatively strong, that has not sold off with, I'm not saying it's not relatively strong right now. I'm just using Microsoft as an example, but it's not relatively strong to the market, to the S&P right now. But then you would anticipate the stock that's relatively strong. In this case, I'm just using Microsoft as an example. You expect the stock to move higher when the market moves higher. Okay, so that's how you use relative strength and relative weakness to find trading opportunities. Next question. Yep, Eric, no problem, brother. I'm glad I was able to answer the question for you. My pleasure. Way to go, Chris. Chris said I made a few $100 today on Mike's calls. Great job, Chris. Question here from Matt. How do you think they will actually go about cutting rates next year? They'll start cutting rates next year as inflation gets closer to their target of 2%, because what will end up happening is as inflation continues to go down and you start to get a 2 handle on inflation, once you get a 2 handle on inflation, I think they're going to start to cut rates because there is a lag, right? You have to understand there's a lag. What the Fed won't do is the Fed's not going to keep rates at 5.5 until inflation is 2 and then start cutting. They'll start cutting rates as inflation gets closer to 2 and they feel good about we've won. We've beat inflation. It's under control. It's coming down. We've cracked inflation's back and we can start easing off on the interest rates. And they'll start cutting rates. And they'll probably cut rates by 25 basis point clips. I don't think you're going to get like a huge 50, 75 basis point cut. The only way you get a 75 basis point cut or something like that is if you have a recession. And if you have a recession, the Fed would come out and they would aggressively cut rates in order to spark the economic activity, in order to bring the economy back out of a recession. And that recession would bring inflation all the way down to their 2% target. And then they can cut rates and pull the economy out of a recession relatively quickly. And it would end up being just a mild recession as the Fed cuts rates, economic activity starts to pop again with lower rates. You get lower mortgage rates, you get lower auto rates, you get lower credit card rates, you get lower rates on just personal loans, business loans, et cetera. And that sparks economic activity and that pulls the economy then out of recession if that was the case. But I think they'll go about cutting rates just by like 25 basis points, one meeting after another, until they bring the rate down to around 3 to 3.5% by 2025. I think next year your Fed funds rate will be in the low to mid 4. I think 4.5% is a realistic Fed funds rate for next year, and then maybe 3.5% by 2025 going into 2026, and then they'll stop right there. They'll stop around 3 to 3.5%. I think is where they're going to stop when they bring interest rates down, and that gives you real rates over 1%, which is what the Fed wants. Real rates means the interest rate is higher than the rate of inflation. Carlos says, as a beginner trader, does your program teach us technical analysis, or what method do you use and how long is your training program? Carlos, our program teaches you a hell of a lot more than just technical analysis, brother. Our program teaches you literally everything that you need to know. Our training program we have 22 courses. Every course has multiple chapters. I have 23 courses, excuse me. Every course has multiple chapters. Every chapter has multiple lessons. There's also a video library that's got 600 hours of workshops covering different topics. We do workshops live every single week. You've got all the courses. We do, intensive 2-day boot camps. I'm running a 9-week accelerator program for people now. There's a lot of education that you have with True Trading Group. It's not, you don't just join TTG and then you just go through courses by yourself. There's live workshops and live training and mentorship and coaching from myself and 9 other professional traders that are the moderators at True Trading Group, right? We are a group of professional traders. It's not just myself. I know I'm the person that you see on these live streams, but we have moderators that have more experience than I do trading in the market. People that have been trading for 20, 25 years. I started my career around 17 years ago. We got people that have been doing this for over 20 years that are actually professional trading mods at True Trading Group. So we will teach you how to do all of it. And if you guys are beginners, don't think that, you're not going to be able to learn anything if you're a beginner. A lot of members in True Trading Group did not know anything when they first joined. They were complete beginners. And I'll show you for a second. Members, do me a favor, just members, type the number 1 in chat right now. If when you joined TTG, you knew nothing and now you guys are making money. Just type the number 1 if you knew nothing or close to nothing when you joined, and now you guys are making money. I just want to show you that it's not, you don't have to, our course curriculum is broken up into beginner and advanced. So if you're a beginner and you know nothing, you start with all the beginner materials. You don't just jump into an advanced session. If you guys are complete beginners, you start with the beginner sessions and we work you through and we hold your hand and we go through that process until you're ready then to move on to the advanced. So look at all these people that are typing the number 1, right? See all these people? All these people are typing the number 1 in chat. These people knew nothing, right, before they joined True Trading Group, and now here they are making money. You got to love it. Yeah, Rajiv, how did you even do this? Guys, we got to welcome Rajiv to the TTG family. Rajiv just joined the TTG family. I didn't even tell you how to join yet. Oh, you must. Okay, never mind. This obviously you've been on previous live streams. That's just duh. Because I didn't even say anything yet about how to join True Trading Group. But Rajiv, welcome to the family. Everybody, welcome Rajiv, newest member to the True Trading Group community. And Rajiv, you may not have known this, but you just got yourself a free laptop because we got ourselves 10 laptops. Rajiv, you just got one of them. That means there's 9 left. Okay. So we got 9 laptops here. Let me tell you guys real quick, since Rajiv just joined, I wasn't even ready to do this yet. But I want to make sure that the people that are on here that are considering joining, I want to make sure that you guys are all aware how to join, because I have 9 laptops and it's not fair. They all just get taken and you didn't have a chance to sign up yet. So go to ttgoffer.com. That's ttgoffer.com. Every single thing you see on that page is included in your membership. There are no upsells, additional costs, or hidden fees for anything that you see on that page. Now, our membership cost is normally $2,212. However, I'm going to keep the discount that we provided for you guys the other day of 55% off, which brings the price down to just $975 for the entire year for access to the entire platform. Now, I'm doing this because I feel like a lot of people were confused from Jerome Powell's speech today, and they saw the market's reaction, they saw the sell-off, and I think a lot of people got nervous. So if that is something that you've been thinking about, I'll let you guys use the coupon code for one last night, TTG121. Use that coupon code. You have to type it in manually. It won't do it automatically for you. And then click apply code. Once you click apply code, the price will drop from the $2,200, which is the normal price. It drops down to just $975. I'll do that, barring everything that happened today with Jerome Powell, the Fed, and the market. I'll leave it at the $975. And the next 9 people that join are going to get themselves a free laptop. The laptop is a brand new Windows laptop. It's going to be either an Asus, Acer, HP, Dell, or Lenovo laptop. Use it to trade with, use it for work, give it to your kid for school, sell it on eBay, put the money back in your account. I don't care. It's our gift to you for joining. There, you don't have to pay for shipping. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members in 115 countries. So as long as you live on Earth, I'll get you that laptop. You don't have to enter your address. You're going to get a welcome email after you join with instructions how to claim the free laptop. It includes our entire 23 course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. You have access to all of it. There's no upsell for additional pro courses after you guys join. I'm not going to sell you half the solution. Then you're going to also get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed with congressional trading data to track trades by Congress and insider trading to track trades by management teams. If you went to Benzinga on your own, that would cost you around $1,400 a year. It is included when you join True Trading Group for $975. You also get Quote Media's full book level 2, TradingView's premium charting software, a simulator that lets you trade with fake money but real-time data so you can practice. You get to use all of our AI tools. We have AI trading assistants that identify chart patterns for you, that can develop conservative and aggressive trading styles, that can read news sentiment. You guys don't have to pay anything extra for those tools. They are included. The trade idea scanners on our platform for you to use to focus on the hottest stocks. You also are going to be getting our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. Some of you guys may pay for these things already. They're very expensive. If you were to pay for these things on your own, it's going to cost you at least $5,000 a year. It's all included when you join us for $975. You get a trading journal that tracks your trades for you. You get a social sentiment scanner. It tells you what stocks are talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings on any stock that you're interested in. Live workshops each week. A video library with 600 hours of recordings of those workshops. The watch list every day that the moderators publish. The moderators and I, we tell you exactly what stocks we're focused on before we get into the position. So we'll tell you guys, these are stocks we're looking at. These are the prices that we're going to enter. These are the prices that we're going to exit. So you guys know exactly what the game plan is. Like today, I shorted that IPO today, KVYO, right? I shorted this thing today. I told everybody in your trading group, I said, guys, when this stock, I'll show you right here. I'll just zoom in. I'll just show it to you. Okay. Right here is where I entered the trade short. Now, I told everybody, I came on the microphone when the stock was here, and I told everybody, guys, on a bounce back to 34.25, I'm going to get short KVYO. I told everybody, true or false, members of True Trading Group, did I or did I not come on the microphone and say, guys, watch for a bounce back to 34.25. I'm going to get short KVYO. We're going to look for a break through the low of the day. So there's the bounce. We got to 34. I said 34.25. The stock went to 34.36. We got into the position short, and the stock just completely rolled over going into the close, and we crushed it, right? We absolutely crushed it, right? So that's just an example. Like, we tell you what we're doing before we actually do it. We got to welcome Carlos. Carlos is the newest member of the group. Everybody welcome Carlos. Carlos just joined. So that means we're down to just 8 of those laptops now. And guys, listen, I stand behind this platform. I put my money where my mouth is. I know some people may think I talk a big game, but I back it up. We offer a double your money back guarantee. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. It's there to hold us accountable. The way that it works is as follows. You'll join True Trading Group today. You'll pay $975. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend a study group, and actually use our platform. Don't just log on to our site 10 times all year and then be like, I didn't make any money. Use the platform, do the courses, the quizzes, and attend one study group. If you do those things, and you are unable to make enough winning trades that equal what you've paid for your membership throughout the year, I will give you back double what you paid to join at the end of your membership. So you'll pay $975. If you can't make back that, I'll give you $1,950 back. And you can keep that free laptop that you're getting here this evening. I'm dead serious. Everything is clearly listed on our refund policy on our website. Yes, it is real. Go read it. I can offer double your money back because our refund rate, it's only 2.39%. If our refund rate was 10 or 15%, I would not be able to offer you double your money back. But since it's 2.39, I can. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,300 reviews. And we have a 78% retention rate. 78% of our members renew their membership or have gone on to become lifetime members of the community. So go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price will drop all the way down. Okay, to $975. Okay. If you have any questions about anything, we are fully transparent. We're an open book. Send us a text message to 786-505-4049. Again, that phone number is 786-505-4049. Send us a text message with any questions that you guys have. I'll be happy to answer anything that you guys want to know. All right. So there we have it. I'll leave that 975 price point for tonight or the next 8 people, whichever happens first. So midnight tonight or the next 8 people, and then at 975 price will go up tomorrow. All right. Anybody else have any other questions that they would like to ask? anything about maybe Jerome Powell, or like I said, I wasn't going to go over and share with you guys how to join the platform. But once Rajiv joined, I figured I had to tell everybody how they can join, so you guys all have a fair shot at grabbing one of those laptops. Like, sell the laptop, put the money back in your account for all I care. Right? You got the double your money back guarantee. I don't think you need it, but again, it's there for peace of mind. All right. Thoughts for tomorrow? I think the market's going to give you some follow through to the downside here. My target, here's what I expect for tomorrow. I expect a candle that looks like this tomorrow. Okay, I expect the candle that looks like this tomorrow. And I think you're going to see like a little doji candle, a little bit of indecision. And that means that there's going to be a tail on both ends of the candle. I think you have a tail on the bottom, a tail on top, and a red candle body in the middle. So I think that you're going to get a downward move tomorrow. Then you're going to get a little bit more follow through to the downside. But this is the level. You guys have been following my live streams for the last couple of weeks. I've been telling you for the last couple of weeks that the mid 430s is my target for the SPY for September. And that was because of this previous structure support and then this purple 100-day moving average that's coming into play. And that's why I believe that this was going to be a beautiful target for us. We should get to that target tomorrow. Now, it's only September 21st tomorrow. So we still have some time for the markets to trade, and my target will have been reached. My ideal scenario, right? My absolute ideal scenario would be if the SPY was to pull back to here, the 200-day moving average. That's my ideal scenario. That's not going to happen like anytime soon in the next couple of days, but that's going to be this big, huge previous resistance level. When we broke that resistance level, that's when the market really started to rally. We never pulled back in to retest that level. My ideal scenario is for us to get back to here. And if we get back to there, I'm going to start looking at buying some stuff in the long-term portfolio. I'll start to nibble on some things down here around 420. But maybe that happens in the month of October as we go forward. But I need to see more data before I think about the likelihood of that price target actually being reached. Once I see because there's a couple of things I need to see. Do we get a government shutdown, right? Because as we get closer to the government deadline, that's going to start to cause some anxiety in the markets. That could cause some selling pressure. If the auto workers strike continues much longer, that can cause more pressure. And then I want to watch the labor data. So as the labor data comes out, I want to watch that as well. So depending on how all that plays out will determine how likely I think it is that we get to the 200-day moving average. Wizard, for when do I get out of the SPY leaps? If we get to 420, I'm out. Okay. We get down to 420 on like the next pullback in the market. Like I'm hoping that this is it. And this gives us like a month or so of downside down into that 200-day moving average. And if we get to the 200-day moving average, I'm out. I'm out of those put options. Yep, no problem. Mike, with the market on the way to the downside and with the UAW strike in full swing, do you think it will be reasonable to short a big three automakers, Ford, GM, etc.? Yes, but you got to be really careful here because this is going to be a very, very news-driven trade. A very news-driven trade. And you have to realize that if you're going to short these automakers, it's because you think this strike is going to go on and it's going to get worse. And by get worse, meaning that the auto workers will expand their strike into different manufacturing plants, and the automakers themselves are going to start laying off a lot of workers. So if that's what you think, then yes, short ideas. But you can wake up one day to news about progress being made with their negotiations, and these stocks will gap up between 5 or 10%, and you're going to get steamrolled. Right? You'll get steamrolled. So you got to be really careful if you're shorting a stock because of news that you think might happen. I don't really like making trades based on a press release because we have no control over that, right? The risk of that, when you think about probability, right? You're talking about a 50-50 shot. So me personally, I don't like to make trades like that. I'll take maybe one or two more questions, guys. I'll take one or two more questions. We have to welcome Robert. Robert is the newest member of the group. That means we're down to just 7 of these laptops. Everybody welcome Robert. Robert, welcome to the True Trading Group family, guys. Just 7 of these laptops now remain. Robert, welcome to the family. Everybody welcome Robert. Newest member of the group, 7 laptops left. Welcome, Robert. All right, guys, I'll take one or two more questions. Thoughts on AMD for tomorrow or long-term investing? I love AMD for long-term investing. I own it. I've owned it for a couple of years. And hold on one second. So I've owned AMD for a few years. I bought more last year when the stock sold off. And, where do I think of this for long-term investing? I'll tell you what, if this thing gets anywhere near $80 or $75, I'm probably going to add more in my long-term portfolio. I really like, I like that area. I like that price zone. It's right here. I like this price zone. You see these little resistance here, support. I like that area. If you guys don't own it, you want to own it, I think this is a nice spot to start to grab and get some shares. Obviously, you have a massive level down here around 55 to 60, and that's going to be. I don't think you're going to see that price again though. You got that big resistance level there, and you got that big support level. You can see it. So there's huge resistance, and then there's your support. Now, if it gets to there, I'm 100% going to be adding in the long-term portfolio. I'll be buying more to add to my position, but I don't think you should wait until the stock gets to that price. I think that there's going to be areas well before that I think that, I would probably be buying some more on AMD. And then as far as tomorrow goes, you got this big level here at 100, and this level has not yet broken. This $100 level is a big level, but I'm going to be watching this thing to see if $100 breaks. If $100 breaks, then we'll get short against this level. So I'll draw it out to you. You have a little bit of a triple bottom going on here, right? You can see, I'll zoom in. You can see today's low, the low of the day on Monday, and the low of the day back there at the end of August. And then prior to that, it was resistance here in early May and resistance there in mid-March. So that's a key level there for AMD. If it breaks these lows with some pretty heavy volume tomorrow, we'll be short and look for a move to 95. And 95 gives you this 200-day moving average right there, which is a beautiful target. All right. So that'll be a beautiful target for us. So I'm watching that for the break. We got to welcome Alex. Alex is the newest member to the group. Six laptops left, guys. Everybody welcome Alex, newest member to the group. Newest member to the group. Everybody welcome Alex. 6 spots left. Guys, again, go to ttgoffer.com. Use that coupon code TTG121. Click apply code. The price will drop all the way down to $9.75. Check out. You guys are good to go. Folks, that wraps up the educational part of the live stream. Thanks for tuning in with me here this evening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts, my opinions, my analysis on the Fed meeting and the Fed press conference from today. Congratulations, members that had great days today. I know a lot of people made some really good money today. Tomorrow's a brand new day, brand new trade opportunities. I'm looking forward to getting the day going. If you're not interested in membership, you can sign off the live stream now, subscribe, and smash the like button before you go so you don't miss these lives. If you are interested, let me show you the platform so you guys can see for yourself exactly what the 975 is going to get you. All right, so right here on the screen, you see our chat room. Our chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades. We're answering questions in real time. We're with you from pre-market through after hours. We're not gone after an hour when you look to fend for yourself. You got our mobile app that lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio, get real-time push notifications when moderators enter and exit their trades. That's how our members that work full-time jobs are still able to make money with the platform. You're going to get 2 private study groups with our mods to speed up your learning curve. Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed is in our chat room for you to use. You get congressional trading data to track trades by Congress, insider trading to track trades by management. Just those things, if you went to Benzinga alone, are going to cost you around $1,400 a year. It's included when you join True Trading Group for $975. You get TradingView's premium charting software. The Trade Ideas scanner streams on our platform for you guys to use to focus on the hottest stocks during the day. A simulator lets you trade with fake money but real-time data. You got our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You've got dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. It is all included in the $975. You don't have to pay anything extra for any of these things. A trading journal tracks your trades for you. A social sentiment scanner tells you what's talked about on social media. You get analyst ratings on any company that you're interested in. You got the watch list every day that the mods publish with detailed entry and exit points for the trades that we're looking at for the day. And then you have the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it. We've got it. You guys get access to all of it. There's no upsell for VIP or pro courses after you join. Then you got a video library with 600 hours of workshops and webinars covering a variety of different topics. You can attend those live once you become a full-time member. Now, listen, I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you go through our courses, you pass our quizzes, you attend one study group, attend one study group, and actually use our platform. If you are still unable to make enough winning trades that equal what you've paid for your membership throughout the year, I'll give you back double your money. That's $1,950. I'll give you back $1,950 at the end of your membership if you can make back, and you can't make enough winning trades to make back the $975 at least one time. Our refund rate's only 2.39%. That's why I can offer it to you. If our refund rate was 10 or 15, I would not be able to offer you double your money back. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,300 reviews, and 78% of our members renew their membership or have gone on to become lifetime members. That's why I can offer you double your money back, because I see the results that members have. All you need to do is go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $975. Check out, and you guys are good to go. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. There's 6 laptops left. Hurry up and grab one. If you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. If you don't, that means you've sold out. See you all in chat tomorrow. Have a great night. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on notifications. See you all mañana.